Hey landlords, if your rental is sitting longer than it should right now, then you need to listen up. It's not the market, it's your presentation and most likely your pricing and your process. But I am here to help you fix that. And I'm Leslie Duvernay, California-based realtor, investor, and landlord coach, and I help homeowners and landlords every single day win in the market, regardless of what market we're in. So I talk to landlords on a regular basis, and here's what I'm seeing as of this month. We are still in a slower leasing environment. However, it is picking back up now that we are in this spring, early summertime. A lot of landlords are blaming the market conditions, the World War III, the high gas prices, but the reality is your presentation just sucks. You have no system and no presentation most of the time, unless you're landlords who follow our playbook. The good properties are still renting, and the average ones with subpar presentation and not in good condition, not full remodel, but not in good condition and aren't presented well, those ones are sitting. So what we're seeing across all the markets that we work, as well as the landlords that are inside of our Lease Like a Boss program, is presentation still win. That is your first line of getting somebody interested in your property. So having a proper presentation and marketing up front is what's going to draw those people into the property. Now, the condition of the property does matter, and depending on the market you're in, again, this is your reminder to make sure that your HVAC is working and ready for summer, especially if you're in the Northern California region where it gets to 100+ degrees in the summertime. You want to make sure that that's working. Also, one thing I've noticed in our San Diego markets over the last several years is if your property doesn't have AC, it's a big negative and it will affect the monthly rent you're going to charge. So that would be even if it's one of those window units or some other type of unit. AC has definitely become a high demand item for San Diego over the last, I'd say maybe 7 years or so. So that is something to look at if you're renting a property right now. Maybe consider doing that capital upgrade to your property and adding AC, and then just bump the rent a little more. Now, one tip that I put on my Instagram the other day was a small wow moment. So whether you're doing short-term or long-term rentals, one small thing you can do is when you move a new tenant in, maybe providing like a small little gift basket. I'm talking like $10 or $20, just something that creates a more memorable experience and creates a wow experience for them. Or like, cookies, fresh cookies in your vacation rental when guests arrive, things like that. I've done movie baskets, or in San Diego for our rentals there, we'll do, a 6-pack of local IPA, something small, but just something that creates a unique experience. Now, here's a real success story I wanted to share. This is from one of our Lease Like a Boss members, and she just had tenants not give her 30 days, not give her 60 days, but gave her a 90-day notice. Now, here's the key though, is they were doing such good job as landlords that their tenants referred them high quality tenants to immediately take over the rental as soon as they move out. Because those landlords did such a good job in following all of our systems and processes, they now have eliminated a vacancy before it even existed and got high quality tenants that were referred from high quality tenants that they had placed in the first place. So when you follow a process, you present your property well, you provide a good product, it's clean, it's habitable, all of that, and you have a proper screening process in place, you're going to attract a different quality of tenant, which in turn, if you're doing a good job and they know people like them, higher quality tenants, they're going to refer their friends to take over the rentals, which is exactly what happened. Now, this doesn't happen all the time, but I will tell you, when you're doing a good job as a landlord, this happens more often than you think. Also, another topic to touch on is if you're a landlord and you have been sitting on a load of equity and you have been dying to get the equity out, look into loan products like DSCR and home equity lines of credit. The way the mortgage market is right now is home equity lines of credit and DSCR loans are pricing more competitively than your traditional cash out refinance. So look into that if you're trying to pull some equity out of your property. Overall, in 2026 so far, we're 4 months into the year for landlords. This is not just a set it and forget it kind of a year. It's price it right, present it well, and create a better experience. And you as a landlord will win. Now, if you want my full leasing system or you have a vacancy coming up in the next 30 to 90 days, I'll drop the link below for our team's vacancy playbook. It literally is the entire process that we use and follow every time we take on a new rental list. So steal our strategy by clicking the link down below in the description box. And as always, happy landlording.